Hey guys, welcome to the Mike Vision. It's Mike. Today I want to talk about a pretty intense racing series for the PlayStation 1, and that's Jet Moto. Now back in the day, Jet Moto was one of my favorite racing series, of all time, and it really got me into over-the-top, crazy racing games. There are 3 games in the series, so let's just start out with the first one. The original Jet Moto for the PlayStation. I have the greatest hits. Didn't get that on purpose. I just didn't even know it was greatest hits when I got it. And then when it got shipped to me, I found out it was, and I was a little disappointed. But, I mean, I guess at least that can tell us that this was really a great game. Now, back in the day, the original Jet Moto came out, and it was amazing. The graphics were really cool. The way it played, the way you raced, it was just amazing. It was so fast-paced. Nowadays, you go back to that game, and I had to put the controller down sometimes. The graphics are just sometimes way too hard to handle. It's just, it's crazy to say something like that, but I couldn't even tell what I was looking at sometimes. Also, if you haven't noticed by the clips what places I'm in, this game is really hard. I found myself in 20th or 16th place all the time. I was never in the top 3. But guys, that doesn't take away from the fact that Jet Moto is one of the most influential racing games out there. It really started this whole futuristic racing type thing. Nowadays, you can go to the store and find so many games like this. But Jet Moto is just so cool in its own way because no one ever really raced like this before. It's so fast-paced, and when I first played it way back like the 90s, it was an experience that I just could not explain in words. So guys, next up, we got Jet Moto 2. Now Jet Moto 2, this game is my favorite in the series. Just because after playing the first one, moving on to the second one, it's like everything that was perfect for me, in the first one was just even better in the second one, and I loved it, and I played it like crazy. And it was because back then, the same feeling of never having raced like this in a game, so fast-paced, all these flips and tricks, and I mean there weren't really tricks, but you could rotate your guy, and I would do flips and stuff, and it was just crazy. But Jet Moto 2 was really one of my favorite games on the PlayStation back then. It still is today. Jet Moto is definitely in my top 5 for favorite PlayStation games. And a lot of people might look at that and be like, Jet Moto like that? No, but Jet Moto 2 it's one of my favorite games. Now let's talk about it today. Graphics, just like Jet Moto 1, didn't hold up. Gameplay, still pretty hard. I mean, it's a little better, but it's still hard. Replayability, times a million. I could play this game all day and then some. I can always go back to a nice game of Jet Moto. There's just nothing standing in the way of that. Alright guys, let's move on to the last installment in the series, Jet Moto 3. Now, previously, Jet Moto 1 and 2, now correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, have been put out by Sony. Which is great, Sony's PlayStation, so awesome, can't go wrong there. Jet Moto 3, they must have sold the rights because put out by 989 Studios. Now we see this happen a lot in video games when they start getting up in sequels and people aren't really buying them that much. The game company sells the rights to another company so that they can work on something else. I saw this happen with Jak and Daxter, and I still haven't played, I'm looking at it right now because it's sealed up on my shelf. The Lost Frontier, I haven't played it yet. Just, I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't, I wouldn't like it as much because Naughty Dog sold the rights, but maybe it's great. Tell me in the comments if it's awesome. I'm still not going to open it and play it because it's been so long. But anyway, that's a different video. Jet Moto 3. In terms of a racing game, this is a great racing game. This is a wonderful racing game on the PlayStation. Graphics from 2, better, controls, better, everything's good. It just doesn't feel the same way Jet Moto 2 did. Jet Moto 2 had a certain feel to it, I don't know, it just felt really good when I played it. There was a great experience with that game. Jet Moto 3, it's more polished, it's more clean, it's a good game, it's a good solid game, but I wouldn't classify it as a Jet Moto series type game. And that's not insulting it at all. I think it's a wonderful game. I actually like it a little better than the first one just because of graphics and controls. It's not as hard. I come in first a little bit more in Jet Moto 3. But as it stands today, guys, least favorite Jet Moto, is the original Jet Moto. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, but it's only because it's aged a lot. Back in the day I would not have said this, but Jet Moto is my least favorite just because it's hard to play sometimes because of the graphics and controls. Second is Jet Moto 3. I think Jet Moto 3 is a great game, wonderful game, it's awesome. It's just not Jet Moto-y enough for me. And coming in first, my favorite Jet Moto game is Jet Moto 2. If you guys want to pick up one of these games to play and don't know which one, I highly recommend Jet Moto 2. If not, if you can't find this for some reason, I found it on Amazon for pretty cheap, complete. And it's not greatest hits. I would pick up Jet Moto 2 if you had the chance. If for some reason you can only find Jet Moto 3, definitely go with that. And if you were to pick up Jet Moto, the original, I would do it only for collecting purposes or just to have a little nostalgia, because I don't think I'm going to go back playing this one anytime soon. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been my review on the Jet Moto series. Expect more videos on reviews. I got a bunch of games that I want to get to and reviewing. I'll have a pickups video coming up soon because I've been picking up a couple games. So thanks again for watching. This has been Mike from the Mike Vision, and I will see you next time.